doors and ate the guards, and then he finally got to the prince.
And who's going next, Mr. Xander? Mr. Whibley, good. When he smashed through the doors and saw Prince Alex standing there all smug, he said, "Don't look at me like that." And he grabbed Prince Alex. Prince Alex screamed in a high-pitched, skirly scream, "Ah! Don't hurt me!" And the giant said, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I will eat you." And he gobbled up Prince Alex. And the giant lived happily ever after, because there is no more mean prince in the land. All right, everyone, turn your cameras back on.
Should I feel offended or no?
No, it was a prince. You're not a real prince.
You disable it because I can't.
Was you're like a little girl?
Mr. Wimbley,
Oh, that part? Yes. Yeah, I used to.
can I change my name to my real name?
No, but I will. I disabled it because some people were changing it to stuff they shouldn't have. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to do one practice with your Retzies. There's going to be 7 people that share. And remember, your screens will be off, so you have to listen to that story. I'm going to share your Retzies graphic organizer one more time. And then we're going to start with a volunteer, but then that volunteer is going to pick the next person. So one more time, study it. Give me a thumbs up when you have all the details or the ideas down from your Retzies basis of her story. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Luz. Okay, about 10 more seconds. All right, before your cameras get turned off, do I have a volunteer who wants to start our story of Samantha the Princess? All right. Alex, I'm gonna have you start since you died in our last story. But remember, at the end, we have to have all of them being friends for this, because that's how Yuretzi's having her story end.
Okay.
Okay, cameras off. Alex, remember, when you're done speaking, you are going to say someone's name and they will continue the story. Cameras off.
Okay, do I go?
Yep, you are good to go.
Okay. So, once upon a time, there was a princess named Samantha, and then Samantha was nice to everyone in all the land. And then one day there was a giant that was non-kind and hated everything. So he went down to the beanstalk and then saw the castle. Kylie, go.
Then the giant went over to the princess's castle, barged in through the wall, and said, "Give me all the money you have."
And then don't forget, Kylie, tell us who's next.
Kiana.
When he said, "Give me all your money," Samantha the princess said no, and then the giant had no choice just to take her. Marlette, go next.
You got it, Marlette. What happened after the giant took her?
The giant took her to a giant castle that had a creepy basement and locked her in there for days.
All right, we have 3 more people. Marlette, who's coming up next?
Christopher.
Going once, Chris. Going twice. Okay, I have to mark that down. Okay, our next person. Cesar, will you continue for us? What happened after we got to the giant's place?
The giant came down again and took all the people from the castle and locked her in with the princess. And then 2 months passed. And I didn't know who didn't went.
Pick whoever you would like, even if they've gone.
Derek.
So what happened next after she got put in the cage with the rest of the princesses? She found a way to get out. She found a way to get out by finding a key, because the giant accidentally left the key near a door, and she got it, and then she unlocked the door and got out, and then she came and got her guards, and they defeated the giant.
All right, who's our last person, Derek?
Let me find about all the names. Tanner.
Going once, Tanner. There we go.
There was a car.
You got it, Tanner. Just do your best.
I don't know.
You have to finish your story. You're our last one. What happened after they defeated the giant?
They got
Something about 7 portals.
they found a car and drove away.
All right, everyone, turn your cameras back on.
So they're not friends.
Yeah. So, if you'll notice, in your Retzi's original, she wanted the ending to be the giant, Samantha, and all the sisters become friends. Is that what happened in our story?
Yeah, and there were no portal.
Yeah, they didn't become friends at the end. There wasn't that magic portal. Is it?
Mr. Wembley.
Hold on a sec.
And there wasn't sisters.
Hold on. Is it okay if while we're writing our story, it changes from what our graphic organizer was? Yeah, that graphic organizer is just your brainstorm. It's just to get ideas down. So if you're writing it and you're like, I think this is going to be better, you can change it. So when you do your graphic organizer tomorrow, you don't have to stay with that story. You're allowed to change it or modify it or completely get rid of it if you don't like how your story's turning out. Now, before we go to our next part, are there any questions? Because I saw some hands. Kylie, what question or comment do you have?
My comment is, why don't you change our names to like the names of this story?
Change your names. Oh, like instead of it being Alex or Alvaro, it'd be like Prince Alex.
Yeah.
That's too much work. If you guys were fast, man, we could do so much more.
I
But,
need to change my name. It's my brother's name.
all right. Were there any other questions before we go to our next part? Alex?
Can I change my name? I can't, because I think you.
I'll change it to Prince Alex.
No, Alex.
Just Alex? Okay. And Deku, what is your question before we move on?
Can you change my name to Captain Hook?
No. If you tell us a better pirate joke at the end of the day, I will.
Okay.
All right.
That makes us laugh.
Yeah, that makes us laugh. What you guys are going to do is you're going to go in a breakout room. You guys are going to share a story, but it's going to be a fairy tale story. So just a reminder, of what a fairy tale story has to have. And this is working on your listening skills because you have to build on what other people have said. So a fairy tale story happens a long time ago. So is there probably going to be a car in your story? Probably not, because that's not very long ago. It's going to be a story about royalty. So there needs to be somehow a connection to a king, queen, a kingdom, something in there. You also need to have a talking animal or a character with special powers like a magician, a wizard, something that's out of the ordinary. And we want a helper character. So in our story with Retzi, there wasn't really a helper character, someone who helped Samantha escape. She just found the wonderful key and was able to get out by herself. All right, you guys are going to go to your rooms. We're not doing the picking yet because I haven't figured out how to do it quickly for you guys. All right, you guys are going to keep going. You guys are going to be in your groups for 4 minutes. So it's going to be kind of a long story. All right, I'm going to be popping in and out. I don't want to hear any long, awkward pauses. So make sure that you are ready to say what happens next in that story, following those rules for a fairy tale.
Wait, so we're making our own story?
Yep, just like we just did.
So, but it's our own story? Nobody else has things?
Nope. So if you're the first person to go, and I'll tell you how you're going to decide who's the first one to go, you're going to say, once upon a time, there was a boy named Caesar who lived on a farm. Or once upon a time, there was a
Kevin!
called Giselle who was in charge of a royal family. So you guys will be making up a story as we go along like we just did with your Retsies. But it's your story this time. We're not having a graphic organizer to base it around. Cesar, do you have a question before we begin?
Need our cameras?
Oh, that is a good question. So your two things, you are going to have your cameras muted, but remember, if your name is called, you need to pop in right away. So don't leave your computer because you still need to be ready in case your name's called. You need to be ready to listen if the story continues with you. Now, your next part is who's going to go first. The person who's going to go first is the person who has the longest hair. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to be more of the girls, but it might not be. All right? So the person who has the longest hair is going to start the story off, and then they'll pick someone to continue it. All right?
How about the tallest person?
Well, we can't measure unless everyone has a ruler right next to them.
But everyone knows I'm tall.
No,
It would be easy for me.
maybe you were in a shark accident and a shark bit off your legs. I don't know.
Hey, what about how heavy we are?
No, it's whoever has the longest hair. If you can't figure it
No,
out,
how heavy we are.
okay. You guys are also, at the end, you're going to be giving a grade to your group mates based on how well they listened and how well they participated to the story. Okay? All right. You guys are going to head to your groups. Show me with your fingers, do you want 4 people in a group or 6 people in a group? Okay, we're going to have 5 or 6 people in a group, all right? I'll be popping in and out as well. Your rooms will open now. Remember, you will have 4 minutes to come up with the best story.
And yours?
I think Giselle won.
Okay, so once upon a time there was a princess
a
moose, and she had a big castle. Then she
So everyone start.
Mine is Jesse.
Can someone just go?
One of the girls have to go first.
You're right. Or Alex, you go, because you wanted to be the tallest. So Alex, you start our story.
Okay, so once upon a time there was a dragon that no one liked, but he was the most.
wolf came and it tried to open the door, but it couldn't. And one day when it went out and saw the wolf and shut the door. Marlette next.
when they shut the door on the wolf went to the little chimney, but
They were all pirates.
So who's next, Xander?
Sorry, my cat was meowing. There.
You said me?
Yeah, I said there.
What I wanted to say is, so we're doing step by story. So what just happened? Since I wasn't really listening, because I thought, what?
Derek, you have to pay attention, bud. That's the whole purpose of this, is we're building on each other's stories. All right. Xander, will you pick another person to continue it, unfortunately? Xander, will you pick another person to continue it for us?
Like Alan.
and then when they were all pirates, they all became so scary that nobody would want to go close to them. Derek.
And again, I was distracted because the weapon just fell.
Oh, doesn't matter.
My baby cousin just fell.
Uh-oh, Derek, you're still, I know your baby cousin fell, but this is what our class is right now. So we still have to make sure we're paying attention. You have other stuff's going on, bud.
My family's more important than learning.
All right. Okay, while we wait for everyone to join, I want you guys to think about when people were talking, did they include dialogue in their story? Did they say, this person said this, or the pirate yelled, or they whispered? So I want you to think, did they include dialogue in their story? Alex, you're gonna share first while we wait for everyone to come back and join. Did your story have dialogue in it?
Yes, me and Amy had dialogue and had people saying each other.
Excellent. Kiana, in your story, did they have dialogue?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was 5 breakout rooms, and in the ones that I heard, I only heard dialogue in 2 of them. So that dialogue seems like it should be easy because it's just what people are saying, but a lot of times we forget to put it inside our stories. So while we're doing our stories, our fairy tales, make sure you have that dialogue in there, okay? All right, now, is there anyone who wants to share, and it won't be exactly, but is there anyone who wants to share their group's story the best they remember it? Fernanda, will you share your group story first?
So, once upon a time, there's a princess named Luce. I can't remember that part, but then after that, she found a wizard's house. She went inside, come in, said the wizard. Then she left because she knew it was a trick. She found 4 castles, one of water, fire, and the power that can control everything. Then she went deeper into the woods. She got lost, so she went back in. She found the castles. She went in one of the castles. She found a cake. Went to the wizard, but it wasn't there. She went back. There was a cake. So after that, she thought the wizard would be back. So she went back to the wizard. After that, there was nothing there. She went back to see if the third kingdom has cake. Then there was nothing there. She was afraid. She was imagining everything. Then something snapped her at the back. The water spirit.
Wow, you guys got through all of that in those 4 minutes? That was a lot. Good job, Fernanda. Is there
We
a
have good imagination today.
person who would like to share their group story? Mr. Alex, will you share your group story?
Yeah. So once upon a time, there was a dragon that ruled all the land, but no one liked him because he was very bossy. And then one day there was a prince named Alex that standed up to the dragon, but then the dragon locked him up into the castle. And then Prince Alex was looking for a way out of the tower. And then there was no way out. And then a flying squirrel came in and said that I know a way out. And then Prince Alex was got knocked out, or was shocked from a talking animal. But he woke back up, and then this flying squirrel told him where to go. And it was that the flying squirrel was magical, and he turned bigger. And then Prince Alex rode on him.
Excellent.
And then he killed the dragon.
Thank you, Prince Alex. All right, before we sign off and say bye, does anyone remember what Thursday's theme is?
Rainbow Day?
What was Thursday's theme for us, Cesar?
So we can dress up as like the fairy tale, just put like a cover.
Yeah, it's fairy tale theme. So you can dress up as a fairy tale character. You can be Captain Hook, like Xander's been doing all week. You can have a fairy tale background like Daniel does on his Zoom. But Thursday for your extra raffle tickets, if you want them, is fairy tale theme. All right, guys, unmute your microphones and say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Is it Xander before?
Bye.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Xander's joke. So he'll share it tomorrow morning.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, Kylie, should I call 911?
No.
All right.
No.
Oh man, I'm so glad I don't have a sister.
Ready, set,